the probiotic that acts like Ozempic, that acts like a weight loss drug. Would you like to know what that probiotic is? It is something that works in a similar fashion to the weight loss drugs. So how do the weight loss drugs work? The weight loss drugs work because they stimulate the production of GLP-1. They actually bind to the receptor sites and act like the hormone GLP-1 that your body naturally produces. So in your body, you make it in your small intestines, and its primary function is to slow down digestion, increase satiety, block glucagon secretion. Now that's a hormone used to control blood sugar levels, and trigger the pancreas to release insulin. That's what your GLP-1 does, and that's what the weight loss drugs stimulate to have happen. These drugs bind to the receptor sites in your body and trigger the same effects. So everything slows down as it goes through your digestive system and you feel full longer. Wouldn't it be nice if a probiotic could boost the production of GLP-1 naturally so you didn't have to take these weight loss drugs? Well, now there is one. It's actually Akkermansia, and it was first discovered in 2004. But there's been a lot of research on it in the last few years, and it has been shown to help glucose control. So if your insulin's high or blood sugar's high or you have diabetes, Akkermansia helps. And also, it's got some significant weight loss benefits because Akkermansia helps secrete a protein called P9. And P9 gets secreted, and that increases your own body's GLP-1. So you don't got to take something that acts like it. You can just take the probiotic, which makes your body bump up your production. A glucagon-like peptide effect in your body. So this is your intestinal tract. There's Akkermansia out there. This is a intestinal cells and the villas. And here we have bacteria, and there's the P9 that's being produced by the Akkermansia. And it's going to stimulate a lot of good effects. So it's not just weight loss that we're after. Akkermansia can help with improving the gut barrier. And we'll talk about this in more detail in a minute. But this barrier between your intestines and your bloodstream has to be intact. We don't want leaky gaps between the cells. We don't want an absence of this layer of protection over the intestinal cells, and the bacteria help that. Systemically, it helps boost immunity and decrease body weight. Now, here's your immune cells. Remember, they lay right outside the intestinal tract, so if we have leaky gut or we have bad bacteria, it can trigger your immune system to increase inflammation. We don't want that. It helps decrease fat mass, inflammation, speed up fat burning, improve your mitochondria, and lower blood sugar, cholesterol, triglycerides, and even improve your liver function. What a wonderful bacteria. In fact, it's so good, they're now saying that given the health in America and the obesity levels in America, we should probably consider this probiotic a biomarker of health. So they can check it and see how much you have. And I would imagine if you're overweight, you don't have near enough. It should comprise up to 10% of the bacteria in your gut. And remember, you have 3 pounds of bacteria supposed to be in your digestive system. Let's dive in a little deeper into how this Akkermansia works. Akkermansia lives in the mucin layer in your intestinal tract. Now, your stomach has a coating of mucus called mucin that covers it, and it does that because hydrochloric acid is very, very strong acid, extremely low pH. Have you ever burped up some hydrochloric acid, you know, the burn? Well, that would burn a hole right through your stomach and intestinal tracts if you didn't have this mucin layer coating it. So in your intestinal tract, here's that mucin layer, the protein that's secreted or high in mucus, and there's Akkermansia living in that mucus layer. And here's what it does. It just lays there and it munches on that mucus layer and stimulates your epithelial cells to get healthy and strong and secrete more mucin. So it's a win-win situation. Everything's good when you've got this bacteria in here helping maintain that layer. If you don't have this layer, that layer's missing, then bad bacteria can excrete something called extracellular vessels, bacterial extracellular vessels, BEVs. And those are harmful substances that can get into the bloodstream, and in the bloodstream they go through the blood-brain barrier and into the brain and can cause harmful things to happen in your brain. Systemic inflammation, an increase in the blood-brain barrier that lets other things get in there that should not, neural inflammation, lots of bad things. And it can also stimulate the vagus nerve, and that can cause bad things in your body to happen. So I just want you to understand how important this healthy mucin layer is and how important it is to have tight junctions between these cells. So that's where Akkermansia comes in. And Akkermansia Plus has one key bacteria, the Akkermansia, but 4 other supportive bacteria that help do a great job. And I'm going to real quickly run through these bacteria so you know what they are and how they work. The first one is Bifidobacterium animalis HN1019, and it is known to enhance gut health by improving bowel regularity. So it just keeps things moving through your intestinal tract better. And it also helps support a healthy immune system. Remember those cells laying outside the immune cells, right outside the intestinal tract? Additionally, it helps maintain a healthy gut barrier. We don't want things getting into our body that shouldn't, and this bacteria is real good at that, these BEVs. Second one is Bifidobacterium animalis B420. Now, if you've been following me, you know for many years I've talked about B420 being a significant weight loss supplement. So it's very good for that. It helps support metabolic health, and it also helps promote the production of short-chain fatty acids. Excuse me. So short-chain fatty acids are something your colon cells use for energy, but they don't just supply the colon cells with good things. These short-chain fatty acids get into the circulation and help every part of your body. And again, they help the intestinal barrier and healthy inflammatory markers. There's Lactobacillus rhamnosus, and it's helpful for the immune system, the gut barrier, an immune response, and it helps keep the right balance of bacteria. So ideally, you don't have a couple bacteria in your intestinal tract. You got lots of them. You got a big diversity, and this is a bacteria that helps support that and colon health. And then Akkermansia, which we have talked about, it targets that mucin layer, the mucosal layer, and it promotes healthy inflammatory markers like interleukin 36, which helps modulate inflammation. And this one is known for its weight loss benefits too. Last one, Clostridium. Now this bacteria is a key producer of short-chain fatty acids again, those things that provide energy to your colonocytes and helps decrease inflammatory markers and supports the gut barrier, keeping those junctions nice and tight. In summary, the potential benefits of using Akkermansia Plus are supporting a healthy glucose metabolism, keeping your blood sugar ideal, supporting healthy weight management, promoting colon health, promoting a balance in your bacteria in your microbiome, supporting digestive health, and helping a healthy immune function occur in your body. Lots of great benefits. This is my now key and go-to probiotic for everyone. And here's the choice. We talked about weight loss drugs. You know the side effects. You can have bowel obstructions. There are people who die from these weight loss drugs. I'm going to show you some of the complications in a coming video, but bottom line, you will only keep the weight loss off as long as you are on this drug. When you stop taking it, the weight will come back in spades. So it's not a good choice. I don't want you to do that. Instead, I want you to consider joining the 7 Systems Plan course if you have not. And you're going to learn about hundreds and hundreds of tips to improve your health, like using Akkermansia Plus.